Super Smash Bros. Melee, the game that inspired people to lug around CRTs for what feels like centuries. Dissatisfied by the response times and display latency of LCD TVs, Melee fans were soul-bound to their CRT televisions. Slowly, despite their efforts, more and more fans of Melee are giving up the ghost and settling for digital displays. Such a compromise was inevitable, but can anything be done to help? Out of the darkness rises the MultiMod Launcher, a memory card hack to mod Melee and add countless features, such as 16:9 widescreen and a litany of tournament and casual quality of life features. But one feature stands above them all: lag reduction. The MultiMod Launcher makes the bold claim that it can reduce Smash Bros. Melee's input lag by 20.83 milliseconds to counteract the latency of modern displays. Does it actually do it? Is this even a good idea? Let's find out in today's episode of Button2pixel. This input lag's getting crazy. Let's rock! The core principle of the input lag reduction in this mod focuses on fixing Smash Melee's code. According to respectable members of the Melee community, Super Smash Bros. Melee has 20.83 milliseconds of latency additional to what's necessary because of visual buffers and certain systems being out of sync. If you watch this video by Aziz Al-Yami, which is linked in the description below, you can get the full breakdown of this. So, MultiMod Launcher includes a mod to fix the input latency problem, and I was curious. Back in January, I checked out the mod and was disappointed. It wasn't because the game didn't have reduced input latency. No, it had a much larger problem. The mod made the game run terribly. After alerting the creator of the mod, he was able to find a fix, and I told him I'd push off doing this video for a couple months. Well, it's been a couple months. Let's get to it. To measure the input latency of the game, we film ourselves pushing this button at 1200 frames per second, measure the amount of time it takes for the game to respond, deduct our display's input latency. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. We deduct, which means subtract, our screen's input latency. So stop commenting with any train of thought where you think that the screen's input latency is relevant to the conversation or our analysis. And then fill it into a spreadsheet with formulas to work out the averages, lows, and highs of all the data. So, what did we find out here? Our research found that it's better. Not drastically better though. It's only reducing the input latency by about 4 milliseconds. If you look at the lows and the highs though, you can see it wrangled in the worst case scenarios for input latency a decent bit. How did it do that? Well, based on the video I referenced before, I speculate that they were able to fix the polling drift issues, but weren't able to remove the supposedly useless 16.66 milliseconds visual buffer. I have no thoughts on whether or not it's possible to remove that buffer on real hardware. All I have to say is that maybe the Melee community should just use better displays to mitigate input latency. You know, LG's new OLED TVs have instant pixel response times and only about 4 milliseconds of input latency, so there you go guys, you can upgrade from dragging around CRTs to events to now dragging around giant 48-inch OLEDs. What an upgrade! Anyway, thanks for watching this video. It was a mini episode of Button2pixel so I could get used to doing intense input latency analysis videos again. If you're interested in more Smash Bros. Input latency analysis, then go watch these episodes of Button2pixel where I cataloged the latency of every game in the series across all controller types. Or, if you're interested in the X Legacy collection, you can go check out that episode. There are links in the description below. I'm working on the next episode where we're going to test some third-party controllers for the Switch to see how bad they are. So, please like and subscribe, and if you really like input latency analysis and would like to support us while we invest in more equipment to make better videos about it, then head on over to patreon.com/GigaBoots, where you can get behind-the-scenes videos, special content, and the illustrious title of Executive Producer. This video was brought to you by the power of the legendary GigaBoots executive producers: Vincent Povert, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Dryzart, Red Blaze 27, and Texas Man joins Smash. Thank you for lending us your power, our executive producers. And also these guys. If you want to become powerful like our executive producers, then head on over to www.patreon.com/GigaBoots today.